If your marketing feels heavy, if you feel like you're doing all the things, posting, email, launching, tweaking, rebuilding, I want to simplify everything for you today. Because when it comes to marketing, there are really only two things that matter. And if you nail these two things, everything else gets lighter, clearer, and way more profitable. Today we're stripping it all way back. No fluff, no hype, just the fundamentals that actually move the needle. Most people think that they have a marketing problem, when in reality, they have either a traffic problem or a conversion problem, or both. But instead of diagnosing that properly, here's what actually happens. You think, I just need better messaging. Maybe my price is wrong. Maybe people don't want this anymore, or the market has changed. Or this one, and this is a big one that I hear all the time. I just need to run more ads and then more people will buy. No! If your conversion is broken, more traffic just makes the problem louder and more expensive. And then there's this one. This launch didn't work, so I probably need a whole new business model. So instead of launching a course again, you create a membership. Instead of optimizing your webinar, you decide a bootcamp would be better. Instead of fixing the funnel, you launch a challenge. And suddenly, you're 6 strategies deep, exhausted, and no closer to consistent sales. Here's the truth. Your marketing isn't broken. It's just maybe a little bit unfocused. Before you pivot, rebuild, or burn the whole thing down, you need to ask, do I have enough traffic? Do I have enough leads? And does my conversion process actually work? Let's tackle traffic first. Traffic simply means how many people are seeing your stuff. It can be paid traffic like Facebook ads. It can be organic traffic like your Instagram posting or YouTube strategy. Or it can be borrowed traffic like your joint ventures or, that thing that you did with someone else. All of that is fine. But here's the part I want you to really hear. The only traffic you should be truly obsessed with is the traffic that grows your email list. Everything else is in service of that. Social media gets people onto your list. Ads get people onto your list. Podcast, YouTube, collaborations, same job. And your email list should be much, much bigger than you think it needs to be. Because let's do some very simple, possibly slightly uncomfortable maths right here. On average, around 1% of your email list will buy in a launch. That means 1,000 people on your list equals about 10 sales. 2,000 people, 20 sales. 5,000 people, 50 sales. So let me ask you honestly, can you live with that? Does that number give you the revenue you actually want? If you're selling a $47 product and you're only making 10 sales, is that going to help you? If not, then your problem isn't your offer. It's not your price, and it's definitely not that you're not cut out for this. It's just simply that you don't have enough traffic. You can't convert people who don't know that you exist. And you can't build a business on wishful thinking and a teeny tiny, eeny weeny, tiny email list that never grows. So build your list. That should be your number one priority this year. Now let's talk about conversion. Because this is where, if you think a math conversation was uncomfortable, this is where it gets really uncomfortable. And I only have to say one word for you to know why this gets uncomfortable fast. Sales. Conversion is not just having a sales page that you paid a copywriter to write for you. It's not a checkout button. It's not a last chance email. Conversion is how well you understand your people and how confidently you can lead them to make a buying decision, whether that decision is yes or no. So I want you to ask yourself some very real questions. Do you actually know your audience's pain and desires so well that you could recite them in their words if I woke you up at 3 a.m.? Do you understand what they're really afraid of? Do you know what they secretly want? What's stopping them from moving forward? And I don't just mean the money objection. Hey, quick pause in the show here for something important. I promise I'll make it fast. If you're learning from this show, can you do one tiny thing for me right now? Hit follow and tap 5 stars. And if you've got 30 extra seconds, leave a short review. Here's why it matters so much. When you write, review, and follow the show, you're not just being nice to me. You're telling the podcast platforms, hey, this is actually helping people. That means they show it to more course creators and coaches who are out there stressing about their launches, second-guessing every ad, and wondering if they should just go back to their real job. Your review is how we get the content into the ears of the people who need it most, including future you. Because the more the show grows, the more time and resources I can put into bringing you deeper trainings, better guests, and more of the real behind-the-scenes strategies you don't see on Instagram. So if this episode is helping you, take a second right now before you forget. Hit follow, tap those 5 stars, and drop a sentence or two about what you love about the show. All right, thank you for doing that. Let's get back to the episode. What happens in your sales process when your lead says, I'm not ready to buy because I need to go and talk to my partner? Do you have a system for following up? What happens when they say, I'm just not sure I have what it takes to follow through on this? Do you have a strategy for that? Or what if they say, well, I just think my business is different, or this just, I don't think this can work for my special circumstance. Do you know what that special circumstance is? And do you have a plan for how to answer that? Or what if they say, I've failed before with other courses like this? What is your plan to help them believe that this time you will give them what they need to be able to succeed? What is your strategy to overcome each of those objections? Not emotionally, not vaguely, strategically. And here's the one that shocks me every time. Are you even asking for the sale? I worked with a client who makes $500,000 every year. She's in a wonderful niche. But her launches kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller the more paid ads she added to her launches. And when we unpacked her data, we discovered that she wasn't selling at all. So when she was using organic traffic, the traffic was warm enough that they converted. But when it became cold traffic mostly, you need to know how to sell. You need to be selling. And not in a creepy way, in a heart-centered way that's going to help your customers see exactly how you can help them. Or maybe you're comfortable just educating, nurturing, and then hinting and dancing around it. And then hoping people just figure it out, but wondering why your bank account looks like it does. Creating conversions require clarity. It requires confidence, and it requires a leadership from you. If people don't buy when you launch, it's usually because they're confused, they're unconvinced, or they're not being invited clearly enough. And this is why I say traffic and conversion are the only two things that matter. Because everything else you do in your business is in service to them. If you're not making sales, one of those two things is happening. You don't have enough traffic, or your conversion process isn't doing its job. Marketing is not magic. There's some magic to it. I'm just going to say it's not magic, but geez, sometimes there is magic in it. But what marketing really is simple math. Low inputs will always give you low outputs. And by low inputs, I don't mean you're not working your tail off. You probably are working your tail off. But are you working your tail off on one of two things? Getting more traffic that leads to email list subscribers, or converting those people to sales? Once you understand that, everything gets simpler. You don't need 12 platforms and 6 funnels, a new launch style every quarter of the year. What you need is one traffic source that works really, 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 really well. Could be ads, I'm just saying. Saves you a lot of time. And one conversion process that you know converts your leads to sales. That's it. That's it. Simplicity scales. Complexity stalls, and it creates noise. I've been listening to so many podcasts lately, and it's all bros, but they talk about how, especially like Steve Jobs used to say, that's just noise. Apparently, he had a really, really, really good ability to differentiate between the thing that he needed to get done and noise. And this year, I want to get better at identifying noise. So here's what I want you to take away with you today. If marketing feels hard right now, please don't assume that you're bad at it. Don't assume that your offer is broken or that you need a different business model. Please don't assume that you need to clear the table and start again. Instead, come back to the basics. How many people are you bringing into your world every single day? And how well are you converting them once they're there? When you focus on those two things consistently, strategically, without distraction, your business becomes calmer, becomes clearer, and it becomes a whole lot more profitable. You don't need more noise. You need better leverage. And this is how you start building your freedom empire with intention. I'll see you next week. Have a good day. Bye. If you've been feeling like social media is sucking the life out of you, or you're tired of spinning your wheels trying to build your list with little to show for it, then listen up. Inside our completely free 5-day Facebook and Instagram ads training, you'll discover exactly how much to spend on ads to make them work specifically for your business. I'll walk you through step by step how to set up ads that actually get results. navigate the ads manager with confidence, even when Zux keeps changing everything, and boost your email list signups instead of just boosting posts. The best part, you'll get lifetime access to all the updated strategies that are working right now in 2025. And you can revisit the training anytime you need a refresher. Ready to stop guessing and start growing your list with confidence? Join over 10,000 others who've taken this course now. Head over to thelaunchlounge.com/getmyadup or click the link in the show notes. Your future students are scrolling right now. Let's make sure they find you.